it's so much more watchable when there is that physicality, meaningful physicality in a game. And the coach talked about it in his post game conference. He said in the last three games they've really turned that up and that it's made a difference for them. I couldn't agree more. It all started with Adam Erne with a little run on Jonathan Taves behind the net that made Logan Stanley mad. He got in the grill of Adam Erne, and it just kind of the physicality that Adam Erne has been bringing the last three games in which he's put 19 hits on the opposition seems to have trickled down to the rest of the lineup. Even saw Harley take that steamroll hit on one of the Winnipeg Jets in overtime, which was awesome to see the big man who usually doesn't play that way throw the body on someone. He's 6'4". People don't realize necessarily how big he is. And if he would do that more, man, that would be awesome. So Ritz Kovian had a nice hit on the game as well. The Dallas Stars had 24 hits, which is now three straight games of 20 plus hits for the team, and just just a fun one to watch all around. The three heroes of the game were Mikko, who had an absolute highlight reel goal in the third period. Even strength, the Messiah takes the blue line with an outside inside deke. Just absolutely pantses Luke Shen and decides, hey, it worked once. Let's try it again on Hellebuck. And he does the same move, finishes on the backhand deke for the goal. Just next level stuff from Mikko. And then Harley was obviously another hero of the game with that sequence in overtime where he had the hit. So he had that game winning goal a little later where Otter, who is also in prime form here, makes a save on the breakaway, a beautiful high level kick save on Shifley, who has been a Stars killer, right? So I thought when he was coming in, I was like, oh no, we're done, and he ends up making the save in dramatic fashion, and that starts the play going the other way, and Duchesne set up a Harley breakaway in the other end shortly after this, and he goes back forehand backhand, much like Mikko's move on Hellebuck. It worked once, it worked again, and he elevates it on the backhand just enough to clear the pad, and that would be the game. So the Stars, we got on the board first again, five in a row for us, and it was Robertson who started the scoring with his 31st goal of the year. So Robo would get it on a play where Hintz goes low to Rontanen at the edge of the near side circle. He would send the puck to be redirected by Robo at the hashes. The tip goes high blocker on Hellebuck. The other goal on the game was Lundqvist, who got the least highlight reel, but still very important goal for us. Even strength goal. It starts in the Dallas end when Duchesne muscles a Jet off of the puck for the turnover. And here, physicality isn't always laying the big hits, though you know I love that. But it's also winning the puck battles and using the body, when you need to. You know, um, sometimes it's preferred to use the body to a poke check, and in this instance, he does it well. We transition out. Ben gets the puck in the offensive zone, a slick drop pass for Duchesne, who shoots on net, and then Lundqvist would get the rebound in tight and puts it in from a knee to close it for the goal there. And Duchesne continues his tear. He had another two assists on the night. He's got 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points in the last 5 games. Heiskanen would have a 2 assist night himself. So pretty good stuff there. And um, Jamie Benn puts up another assist. He's now has 5 assists in his last 3 games. So just a really great effort. This is probably the best game that I've seen the Stars play, all round game, in a while. Was it perfect? No, right? But um, we're really building something here. I've got mixed feelings that we're going into the break on such a tear, and I hope that we get the next one against St. Louis. But you wish that they would kind of keep going with this a little bit. I do think the saving grace is that we've got so many players that are going to be playing in the Olympics that they're going to come back pretty tuned up. So, it's on their radar that the last time we had a break over the holidays, that they came back and we had just a horrible month of January on the heels of the break. So I know that it's circled on the dry erase board to keep their head in the game when they get back. And we've got some interesting stuff coming up, right? The trade deadline's right around the corner, which is going to be really exciting to see what the Stars end up doing. Just imagine if they add to this team that's gearing up physically. Just imagine if they add like a true heavy, a true just absolute nail gun to the mix, and maybe one other grizzly vet that can play a physical game. Just imagine the excitement that we're gonna have in each and every game, right? And when you have this kind of play, I think it keeps the team a little more level headed, because you can inject um, you can inject momentum and energy into the game in more than just one way. If you've got to have a plan B, right? If sometimes your shooting percentage is low, you're getting the short end of the PDO stick, and you can't get that energy goal, and sometimes you need the energy hit or the energy fight. So I think that with a more well-rounded balance that hopefully we can get at the trade deadline, with the skill and the grit, that you're going to see less of a roller coaster in the Stars game and a little more consistency in the effort and the quality of play. And they feed each other, right? When you get a big hit, it energizes the forwards. When you get a big goal, it energizes your gritty players to bring their game. So it's kind of full circle. And yeah, the Stars end up out shooting the just by one, but hey, it's a big difference from what we were seeing before. We've had a lot of games here recently in this stretch where we're out shooting our opponent a good handful, and that's great to see. When you are out shooting and out hitting your opponents, you're generally going to win the game when you have the talent that the Stars do. We also were blocking shots at an excellent clip. 19 block shots to 7. That shows you how invested that they are in winning. And we continue to impress here. The Minnesota Wild won again. They've won 4. So we still stay 1 point behind the Minnesota Wild with 1 game in hand. Colorado loses in regulation to Detroit. They're struggling. They're now only 6 points ahead of us, though they have 2 games in hand, so we'll see how that plays out. And we wait for the game against St. Louis, and then we got a pretty good break here, so we can all catch a breather and come back and see how we finish out this season. I'm excited to cover it for you here at the Foil. This is Danny Cohen, wishing you a great day.